So another workout has been finished. Another workout has been finished. All right. So you know that means another car talk. All right. So I was in the gym with my mans, right? Somebody that I've been working out with for a very, very long time. He actually got me into working out, like lifting weights and stuff, and taking it more seriously because he was looking to try out for his college basketball team. I was at a low moment in my life where I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wasn't, I was in a major that I didn't really want to do, and I also was like just in a lost period. So he was like, "Hey man, you might as well start working out with me, blah blah blah. Get right, And then I was like, man, what do I have to lose? What do I really have to lose if I do this shit? Because I already wasn't feeling comfortable in my body. I knew that I wasn't, comfortable taking off my shirt and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, fuck it, let me just try to work out with him. So we've been working out with each other for a long time. But today in the gym, right, me and him was talking, right? And we was talking about, how a lot of these rappers and a lot of these people that are making money, they always talking about they have to get their mind right. They always got to get their mind right, right? And I was like, yeah, they always got to get their mind right. And their mind is not right because their body isn't fucking right? So, they're not just spiritually connected, right? And those are things like don't get me wrong, you want to go out there and you want to go chase the money. I want you to go out there and chase the money. But the money is not the only thing that you should be chasing. You should be chasing a spiritual connection. That should be number one. If you are not chasing a spiritual connection and not looking at the word daily, you're going to be fucking lost. I remember my girl wrote something down, right? Bible, right? And it always stuck with me because I never saw this. She wrote down Bible, right? And then she wrote down the B stands for basic, the I stands for instructions, the other B was before, and then the L was for leaving Earth. So basic instructions before leaving Earth. And that shit struck me. I'm like, damn, that's some deep shit right there, right? That was some really deep shit. So if you're not looking at the word every single day, you will be lost, right? You need to be looking at the word every day, okay? And we was talking more in depth, right, about that shit. And I was like, man, that spiritual connection is honestly supernatural, right? Because first you want to start off with the spiritual, all right? So you want to wake up early, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, before 7 o'clock. You want to wake up before 7 o'clock. Because if you wake up later than that, you're going to be distracted by worldly things. So you want to wake up early and you want to connect with him and you want to talk to him. You want to write down the word. You want to study the word. All it takes is 5 to 10 minutes to do. Once you connect, all right, and you get the word and you download those thoughts, then you have to resonate on it for the rest of the day and think about it and how it applies to your life. Then after that, you want to go into your morning process. I like to do burpees, supplements, eat, and then I go to the gym. But that spiritual connection is key. Okay, that spiritual connection is key. Then you want to make sure that, right, you're getting your fucking body right. A lot of you guys I'm like, bro, like, how are these people chasing the money? How are you going to get more money if your body isn't right? That just doesn't make sense to me. How do you think that you're going to be able to hold or manage $1 million if that's your goal, if you can't even hold and manage the food that you put in your fucking mouth? How can you consistently bring in 6, 5, 4 figures, whatever you want to bring, right, a month or a year, right, if you can't even manage to go to the gym consistently and work on something as important as your body? A mentor told me this. You'll never fall to your, like, you'll always have these big goals, but you'll always rise to your standards, or you'll always fall to your standards. So if your standards are so low for yourself, when you're chasing this big goal, and you don't have the stamina to keep up with those goals, you're going to fall to how you treat yourself. And if you treat yourself like shit, you eat like shit, right? It won't matter. It really won't matter. Like, you'll be wondering why it's so hard for you to get in shape. You're going to wonder why it's so hard for you to be consistent. And the reason why it's so hard for you to be consistent is because straight up, bro, you don't value yourself. You don't value yourself. That's all physical fitness is. That's all eating right is. It's self-love. It's a physical action of how much you truly love yourself. You cannot convince me that someone who is overweight loves themselves. They don't. Because they're trashing their temple. They are trashing their fucking temple. How the fuck? Like, this is the analogy I like to use all the time. If I were to go to your house, right? If I were to go to your house, and you tell me like, yeah, I love my house, and you know, my house is the best, but I see trash and all this shit on the floor, do you think that I'm going to think that you like your house, that you love your house? No, you don't love your house. You don't love what you're doing. You don't love like where you're staying because you're treating your house like shit. That's the same thing that you guys are doing with your body. You're trying to convince, bro, you are literally trying to convince, right? You're trying to convince your heart. You're trying to convince your mind. You know, your mind is trying to convince your heart of something that you know is a lie. How, like you're saying out loud, yeah, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. But your heart deep down is like, bro, no, you don't, because you skipped that workout, right? Rationally, like, no, I love myself. I love myself. But your heart is like, no, that's a lie. So that's a misalignment. That's why you're always overthinking. That's why you're always like, bro, I just don't know what to do. And that's why you always are like, bro, I gotta get my mental right. That's why you're so anxious all the time. Because you're trying to convince your mind is trying to convince your heart of a lie. And you can't lie to yourself, bro. Like, you can lie to all these people out here. You can lie to me, you can lie to your family, you can lie to your friends and tell yourself that you love yourself all you want. Right? But if you don't master the temple, all right, or you don't sit down and take care of the temple, right? You don't love yourself. There's no way that you're going to convince me of that. There's no way. There's no way. If you're not waking up, talking to the Creator every day, taking care of your temple, right, every day, and then eating right, bro, there's no way that you're always going to be in misalignment. You're always going to be in misalignment. Always. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter. Money is a superficial thing. That stuff, that designer clothing, all that shit is superficial. Once you take those clothes off, once you take, all that stuff off, you're stuck with what you see in the mirror. When you get naked, that's what you see. And if you see something that you don't like, you'll never be aligned. So you want to learn alignment. How can you be more aligned, and how can you be more in tune with yourself and live a better life? How can you live a more fulfilling life? A life where you wake up with conviction and purpose, like how I'm talking to you right now. This is how you do it. Literally how you do it. You wake up at an early time in the morning. Pick what time you want to pick. All right, it doesn't matter. I just wake up before 7. You want to pick a time before 7. Because when you wake up early, you're showing a gratitude for life. And you also get that quiet time to speak to your Creator. Okay? And just get your mind right. You guys can't get your fucking mind right because you're always waking up at 8 o'clock. So now you're in a scramble, right? You need to wake up before 7. Once you wake up at that time, you want to read something that's going to incite or enlighten you. Okay? So I like to read the Bible. Or you can read a personal development book. It doesn't matter. Or a personal development podcast for only 10 minutes. Or I don't want you sitting there for 30 minutes doing a mental masturbation, as they call it. Just sitting there, just engaging in all this information and never applying it. 10 minutes. Study it for 5 minutes. And then resonate on what you get. Once you resonate with that stuff, then I want you to immediately go into hydration and supplements. Because now you're actively putting good things into your body. Okay? Supplements, take your supplements, creatine, protein powder, right? Drink water, right? A multivitamin. And then you want to fuel up for your workout, right? And then you want to go work out. If you don't have time to work out in the morning, you can just easily do push-ups until failure. I like to do burpees to get the heart rate going, okay? To show action that I care about my temple, all right? Then me personally, I'll go into a workout after that. I'll go to the gym. . Okay? That's how you get in complete alignment. And then alignment, when you're in alignment, you want to make sure that your nutrition and your macros align to the body that you want. So all you guys be like, oh yeah, I just want to eat healthy. I want to eat healthy. You guys aren't in alignment with the body that you want because you don't have a system to get you to the body that you fucking want. You don't have a system. So what do? This is what you do. Okay, this is what the fuck you do. You are going to figure out how to do your macros on your own, or you can have someone who has a proven system with macros like myself who can make them for you, okay? And then you're gonna get very clear on how much protein that you have to eat, carbs and fats to get you the exact body that you want, okay? How the fuck, okay, right here, how the fuck do you think I built this shit, okay? For you guys, because I have a coat on. How do you think I built this shit? Proper macro alignment. Okay? How the fuck do you think I get jacked like that? I'm gonna show you another one right here. Right? I don't just be eating healthy. Right? I know how much protein, carbs, and fats that I have to eat every day, and I hit that shit every fucking day to get the body that I want. If you guys focus on that, you'll not only be able to get the goals that you want, hit the goals that you want, but you'll also be able to get to the body that you want faster, and you'll be able to learn how to implement your favorite foods in your diet, and it won't feel like a diet. So you can figure that out on your own, okay? Easily go on, just type in macro calculator on Google and try that shit. Or, right, you can reach out to me and I can make your macros for you and you get the results faster. Okay, up to you. I don't care what you do. Okay, but you need that proper alignment so that you can become the person that you want to be. This whole video, this whole instance is about being at the proper state of mind, proper physical being. If you want to get right mentally, you have to get right physically, and you have to get right with your creator. If your body isn't right, your mind won't be right, because your mind is like, damn, I feel like shit. I look like shit. And if you don't get aligned with the creator, he's always going to make you anxious. He's going to make you so worried about the future and, stress you out about things because you're not giving all your problems to him. And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to sit here and be real with you. When people say, yeah, give your problems to the creator God, I have so much problems doing that. I'm trying to just give it to him. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have such a hard time doing that. Because as a man, you want to control everything. Right? You want to control everything. You want to control your outcome. You want to, you want to feel like you're in control. A man wants to feel in control, right? That's why you guys are so anxious, because you don't feel in control, right? Because this is from experience. You don't feel like you have control over your financial situation. You don't feel like you have control over your physical, your relationship. That's where you get anxious and that's where you get stressed at. So when you talk to the creator, you have to give it to him. That's so hard for me to do sometimes. Right? Because now I have to just give certain things to him that I can't control. Right? And that's just so hard for me, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. But it just takes so much unnecessary stress by just giving it to him and just letting him do what he does. Right? You guys have to understand, that's how you get aligned. Right? This is how you literally get aligned. You have to get the body right. Right? It's spiritual. Literally what me and him was talking about in the gym. It's spiritual. You have to get spiritually inclined first. You have to talk to him. You have to wake up early because you need to have that time to talk to him. Then, because if you don't wake up that early, you're going to be distracted with worldly things. Then you have to get your body and your temple right. Because if you trash your temple, right, and you're talking to him every day, you're going to be so worried, you're going to be anxious still, and you're going to still be in a bad state because your body isn't the way that you want it, that it's not supposed to be. You're trashing his house. Okay, so he's not gonna let that shit go. Okay, and you have to have a system for your mind, body, and soul. It's mind, body, and soul. Once all that shit is good, then chasing after money is going to be easier. I promise you. And no, do I have all the money in the world? No, I'm not gonna tell you all that. I don't got all the money in the world. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have all the money in the world. But it just gets so much easier, bro. It just gets so much easier. It gets so much easier. It gets easier to attract the things that you want in your life when you're aligned with your outcomes. Okay? It's just so much easier. All right? Catch you guys later.